Alright, so in today's video, we're going to talk about the Platinum Trophy on Black Ops 3, one of, if not the hardest Platinums to get on a Call of Duty game. Famous for its one trophy called Personal Decorator, earn all the decorations in the campaign on Black Ops 3. A trophy so significant it has an entire stage all to itself in the trophy guide on PSN profiles. The guide, by the way, was made by Sir Palkia, Twisted Jizz, and BO5 Ames. What are these names, dude? Anyways, Black Ops 3 contains a grand total of 99 trophies, however, only 48, including the Platinum, are on the base game. And that's all we're going to be talking about today. So Black Ops 3 is rated at an 8 out of 10 for difficulty. Now in the past I have done games that hard before, but still seeing an 8 out of 10 is just insane amounts of fear thrown at you before beginning. But it also has around a 100-hour marker for completion if you're very good at the game. Now the biggest grind portions of this game come from the multiplayer and reaching max rank, but then obviously the Personal Decorator trophy from the game's campaign. And the campaign itself on Black Ops 3 is, in my opinion, one of the worst actual story campaigns Call of Duty has ever done. The story just makes zero sense, and even what I did gather from it, I just did not understand what they were trying to do. The gameplay, however, and what you do in the campaign missions is extremely fun, and I would even go to say it's one of the best COD campaigns in terms of just enjoyment when playing. There's very rarely a boring moment, and I love the game for that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Black Ops 3's campaign is kind of just like guns, fire, bullets, explosions, whee, wall running, jump rocket launcher. But then the story is kind of just like, I don't even know. I feel like I'm missing a chromosome trying to understand it. But starting off with the trophies in stage 1 being to complete the campaign on realistic difficulty and get all the collectibles. Now obviously realistic is very hard because it's a one-shot or almost one-shot death every single time you get a bullet sent your way. Essentially you're going to get destroyed for hours and hours doing this, but thankfully it doesn't require you to do it all without dying. A lot of other games out there have a similar difficulty setting, however the trophy would typically say do it without dying, or it's just a built-in permadeath feature like Mine Leben on Wolfenstein 2. So that's like the one silver lining here. There also is a few glitches that aren't really all that well known because they just got found in recent years. However, you can cheese this difficulty quite easily. But aside from that, the other part of the stage is just the collectibles. Now you can do these realistically in any run you choose, so this does not matter all that much, but just for the sake of keeping trend, I am going to throw that in the talking points today. Now every single trophy in this stage is just from purely beating every single mission in the game on realistic. The trophies themselves, however, actually just require you to beat them on at least hardened, but again, we are trying to do it on realistic because the final trophy called No One Will Believe You is from beating it all on realistic. Also, for some more insight into that trophy, if you do use the glitch or even just play some missions on recruit first for whatever reason you have, as long as you do complete every mission on realistic regardless of the order, just like in general it does track, so you could theoretically do them all out of order in reverse, just as long as you do them at some point to play all the way through on realistic, it tracks it. Also, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I haven't said that yet, and I can't call myself a YouTuber if I don't, so please make the number bigger. It looks cool for us all. However, like I was saying, every single trophy in this stage is from simply beating every single mission on realistic, starting with Black Ops and going in order being New World, In Darkness, Provocation, fuck my life, Hypo Center, Vengeance, Rise and Fall, Demon Within, Sandcastle, Lotus Towers, and finally the last one being Life, which is one of the most annoying missions I've ever played in a Call of Duty game in my entire life. But upon finishing every single one of those, all the trophies will pop as they have been, and if you do it right, so will the realistic difficulty trophy, again called No One Will Believe You. Now upon doing that, the general completion of the campaign trophy will also pop, just so you know, and that is called Another Side of the Story. The COD devs really made sure to name these trophies extremely mysterious, didn't they? Next up, they're going to give us a veteran difficulty trophy named Hassan's Dog and just have an electric logo as the trophy icon. If you know, you know. But aside from those difficulty trophies, there is two more that were gotten as you play throughout the game, and I didn't really include them in this stage because they are the two collectible trophies, being Walking Encyclopedia from finding all the collectibles in any mission, and then Curator from finding all the collectibles in the game in general. Now there's various guides online for them which I did follow because yes. So once getting all the collectibles, both trophies pop with ease. And that's it for stage 1 of the trophy guide. Moving on, we are now into stage 2, and this is surrounding the veteran no death playthrough. We have to finish all the campaign missions on veteran without restarting a checkpoint. And the reason for this, you might be wondering, is not for a trophy that is gathered from doing these alone, but rather for one of the medals that goes towards the 12 total medals needed for Personal Decorator, which is the hardest trophy in the game. But back to stage 2, there also is not a single other trophy in there. In fact, there actually isn't any trophies at all. It's an empty trophy stage because again, this veteran no checkpoint playthrough does not directly give you a trophy. It's just for a medal, which is for Personal Decorator. However, it is the hardest thing in terms of difficulty in this campaign in my opinion, but just like the previous run, there is methods in surviving without worrying about spending days and days just dying, and there is two as far as I know, one of which is to equip that skill that gives you a second chance upon on going down, and once you do go down, you just exit close the game. And the other method in doing this is to implement the same strategy as the realistic run glitch. Now, I'm not going to explain how to do the glitch because it's bad. You're a bad boy if you use it, and some could say that I am naughty. But using either of those methods, or even, hey, just playing the game normally like most people, it's all just for a medal, so no trophies are even gotten. Now, you might obtain some side trophies if you're lucky, but we're about to go into those because stage 2 is finished with. Stage 3 then begins, and this stage is all about cleaning up the many miscellaneous campaign trophies. And we're going to talk about these extensively because it's one of the only sections of the trophy guide that isn't just lumped into completion. And general completion trophies are lame, as we all know. So the first trophy in this stage is called Hold Still, and it's from killing 6 enemies affected by one blinding swarm or firefly swarm. These are just cyber abilities you can use, and if you just spam them and ensure you're killing enemies at the right time while they're being used, this should be no problem at all. Also, a lot of these cleanup trophies you probably already will have when cleaning them up, since a few are very natural in their efforts to get. Anyways, the next trophy here is called Rolling Heavy, from killing 5 enemies using one burst of unstoppable force. This is again another cybernetic skill, but much harder than the previous one. The unstoppable force is a move where your character lunges forward and drags enemies down with them, but any scuff up at all, literally any, cancels out the move or just ends it. So you have to make sure you get 5 people without messing up, and that's obviously a challenge. There is quite a few good areas for this trophy though, or if you're just a skilled player, it shouldn't be too hard to figure this one out. Next up is Sting Like a Talon. In campaign, kill 20 enemies while flying the same talon. Again, shouldn't be that hard, and you probably got it already by now because this is a pretty common trophy. Just hacking a talon and then flying it around, getting 20 kills with it, and the trophy is yours. Decimator. In campaign, kill 10 enemies in under 3 seconds. Quite literally what the trophy description is, just find any way to kill 10 enemies in under 3 seconds. Now, you'll probably do this on accident if you got that dog in you, but if not, just use a bunch of explosive weapons and you should be fine. Next up is Gun Game. In campaign, kill 5 enemies with 5 different guns in under 30 seconds. Another trophy that is just what the trophy description says, but if you find a good mobile armor relocation near enemies, it shouldn't be that hard at all, considering you can just swap loadouts and get 2 new guns without ever having to pick up enemies. A very easy trophy. However, the next trophy is not so easy. Doing camo right. In campaign, unlock all camos for any weapon. The actual description of the trophy is very straightforward. However, getting all camos for a gun takes a lot of kills, and it takes 650 total, I believe, for ARs and SMGs. The other guns are a bit different, but on second thought, this trophy is actually just for one gun, and I'm actually thinking about the medal for personal decorator that requires all the camos on every gun, a much larger grind. So this one you actually get naturally. Again, on second thought, my apologies. Anyways, moving on, the next trophy is called Maximum Firepower. Take control of an ASP. Another very easy trophy. Just requires you to simply hack into an ASP at any point in the game. Shouldn't be an issue. Crack Shot. In campaign, kill 5 enemies from over 100 meters away. Now, this isn't really hard, but it can be a bit challenging to set up just because the nature of Black Ops 3's campaign puts us in a very close quarter combat style for the majority of it, but you can find a good spot on that level with the waves and wind hazards, so just go there and you'll probably figure it out. Can't Hide. In campaign, kill an enemy through a wall or obstruction. Again, another more easy side trophy. Just line up a wall bang essentially. You almost 100% have this by now, and if not, I would question you highly because I do not believe you. Biff Bap Kapow. Kill 3 enemies in a melee combo. Now, this one is a bit odd just because the melee combo in this game is highly unforgiving, but the best way I found to go about it is to find 3 or 4 enemies that are a bit spread out, however still close to each other. And you're not going to want them hugging each other, however, because then the game won't have good enough space to activate the chain, but if they are too far apart, it won't work either. So you truly do just need good separation. Anyways, the actual button you press to do it is R3. First, you want to make sure you have the melee cybernetic ability tree on, or else you won't ever see this prompt, but then once you think you have it lined up, just spam R3 and that's really all you can hope for. Trying to time it as it appears I wouldn't suggest, seeing as it just kind of flashes, so unless your reaction time is absolutely perfect, then just spamming it is the way to get it. And I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely hate how the melee combos work in this game. It's pretty much just straight ass, but that's just my opinion. Inertial Distance. In campaign, wall run over 250 meters. Now, this trophy is far easier than the previous one, and it can be farmed pretty much anywhere, to be honest, but it should just be farmed on an actual wall run. No, I didn't get it naturally because I never wall runned. It's like the last thing on my mind when I'm getting abused by enemies. So just going to a wall run spot and then running back and forth should farm it out in like 6 or 7 minutes, and you should be chilling. For real this time. Earn a gold rating in the training simulator. Now, the training simulator is unfortunately needed in a lot of trophies in the personal decorator, and it for the most part is booty cheeks with this trophy included. Thankfully, you can use cheese methods and glitches if you can't do it. So yeah, I'm not going to say how I did it, but the trophy just requires us fighting waves of enemies, and you'll need to beat them all and score a total of 25,000 points or higher to get the gold rating. So once that's done with, the trophy should pop. Foe to friend. Use an enemy combat robot to kill 10 enemies. Another simple kill trophy is requiring us to hack an enemy robot and then turn them on as boys. Absolute revenge and an easy trophy. Throwing flak. Kill 3 talents with a single mid-air grenade detonation. Now this one is a bit weird, but killing 3 talents with 1 mid-air grenade is done by cooking it till it hits 4 clicks on the hit marker and then just throwing it into a group of talents flying by each other. Thankfully, talents like to hug each other like it's a gay bar, so you shouldn't have an issue in that department finding a group.
Oh my god!
It's more just the timing with grenades to get the trophy itself. Unlocked potential. Fully upgrade a cybernetics core. Now this is just done in the safe house in between missions or just at any time after the story. Should be natural with how many upgrade points you get, so no worries here. Lock, stock, and then some. In campaign, unlock all attachments for any weapon. Another natural trophy just gotten from leveling the gun to max and then buying all the attachments. A good thing, however, is after you have all of the attachments for any gun, you have them for every gun. So you don't need to worry about spending too much, and overall it's just an easy trophy. In their sleep. In campaign, kill 5 stunned enemies in under 3 seconds. A pretty simple trophy, and there's a lot of good areas to do this, but just throw a flash, EMP, or use just any ability on a group, and then quickly clean them out. The trophy should pop if you do it right. And the final trophy in this list is called Silverback in Black. Hack the data vault and brace yourself for Cyber's Avenging in Dead Ops Arcade 2. Now all you have to do is access the data vault and press the S icon at the top left corner of the screen, and you will unlock Dead Ops Arcade 2. Now you just have to watch the first cutscene, which will unlock the trophy, and that's stage 3 finish with. So moving on, stage 4. Play through Shadows of Evil and collect all of these zombies trophies. Now the trophies here aren't too hard to get, with most of them being significantly easier in a solo game. And with a huge map along with new enemies and concepts introduced, it will probably take you longer to explore the map and get the trophies. In fact, every trophy can be done in just 1 round, and before even doing any Easter eggs or anything more in depth like that. But the first one is called The Beginning of the End, and Shadows of Evil complete all rituals. Now there is 5 rituals to do, with the first one being the ritual on Easy Street, and you need the golden fountain pen to access it. The next ritual is on the Canal District, and you need the badge part to access this one. The third ritual is then on the Footlight District, you need the hair piece this time to access it. The second to last ritual is then on the Waterfront District, you need the championship belt to access this one, which is the last part you need for these. With the final ritual just being in the secret path to the subway. Now PowerPix has a great video guide for this, which I would recommend checking out. Anyways, that's that. The next trophy is From the Shadows. In Shadows of Evil, spot the Shadow Man 5 times in 1 game. Very simple, it just requires you to spot the Shadow Man 5 times. Now you can spot the Shadow Man 6 times during a single game of zombies. The first opportunity to spot him is when you spawn at the start of the game, and he will be above you. You can spot him clearly. The other 5 times is during the rituals, so make sure to do this while doing those to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, as they say. Next up, Not Out of Gobblegum. In Shadows of Evil, purchase and chew every type of gobblegum in your pack. It's a very straightforward trophy, just do what it says. Probably one of the easiest trophies in zombies, let alone the game in general. Sorry, we're dead. In Shadows of Evil, kill 10 zombies that are inside of a store in 1 game. Once you open the first door for 500 points, you will end up in Junction District. Now there are various stores which are barricaded here, and the zombies will break them down in order to exit the store and attack you. Simply kill 10 zombies inside of any of these stores. The best way to do this is to open the first door as soon as the game starts and run around the area, killing any zombies attempting to escape a store, and the trophy should all be yours. Strike. In Shadows of Evil, use the rocket shield attack to kill at least 10 zombies in 1 burst. Now there are 3 parts required to build a rocket shield. Each of these parts are located in different districts. After you collect all the shield parts, just head to any of the 3 available workbenches in the game and build the rocket shield. Then just equip it and press R2 to charge forwards and take out any zombies in the way, getting your kills as you farm them up, and the trophy should be yours, no issue at all. Beat COP. In Shadows of Evil, summon the Civil Protector in every district in a single game. Now this is a very straightforward trophy to do. It will cost you 2,000 points in any emergency district you summon the Civil Protector, and there are 4 in total, so you will need 8,000 points to get this trophy. To be able to summon the Civil Protector, you'll first need to collect all 3 of these small blue fuses that are hidden on the map. These fuses are located in the Canal, Footlight, and Waterfront districts. The fuse locations vary from game to game, but it will always be around the same area, and all of them will be on the upper level of the districts. After getting those, then go through the portal in the Canal District and make it to the subway near the Pack-a-Punch area. Once you reach there, kill the ghost and head to use the fuse box hanging on the wall to activate the Silver Protector. After you activate it, you can go to each of the 4 districts, Footlight, Canal, Junction, and Waterfront, and look for the small green box hanging on the wall, and this box is a small screen with a 2,000 number written on it. Pay the 2,000 and summon the Silver Protector. Do this 1 time in each district, and the trophy will pop once the 4th Silver Protector gets summoned. The Spider and the Fly. In Shadows of Evil, kill 10 zombies ensnared by a Widow's Wine Grenade. Now the Widow's Wine Grenade is a perk that will cost you 4,000 points. To activate and purchase the grenade, you need to go through the portal in Canal District and make it to the subway near the Pack-a-Punch area. Once you reach the location, kill the ghost, and as the beast, power up the electricity in the corner. Then next to the electricity box, you'll find the Widow's Wine box. Spend your 4,000 points there to purchase and activate the perk, and the grenade will be yours. Then just get the kills, and the trophy should also be yours. Margwas. Margwa Party. In Shadows of Evil, kill 2 Margwas in a single round. Now Margwas will spawn around 8 in every few rounds after that. He will slowly approach the players and slams the ground near them, instantly downing anybody. And then he will open one of his 3 eyes temporarily, which you can then shoot it to burst it. He then moves faster after that happens, opening another eye for you to shoot it, which does the same once more. Killing 2 can obviously be very hard, but if you do this while doing the rituals, it should be far easier because 2 spawn after rituals 2 and 4, and they aren't quite as high level at this point. So just make sure to take them out if you can. The trophy shouldn't be an issue. Now the final trophy in this stage is called Parasite Sing. In Shadows of Evil, kill 5 parasites while riding on the train. At the end of each of the 3 main districts, there's a train station where you can call the train for 500 points and take it to another district. Now as the trophy states, killing 5 parasites while you're on the movie train will net you this trophy, so just do that and it should be yours. With stage 4 finished off finally. Now moving on to stage 5, the last real stage of the game is the multiplayer and online trophy stage. The primary goal here is just reach commander level 55. On the way you also reach rank 10 obviously for another trophy, and the other 2 trophies both related to specialist medals and rapid kills will almost for sure happen, so I'm not going to touch on them. Now, this is probably the easiest trophy in terms of difficulty, but it will take some time with the XP needed for level 55. So that's stage 5 finished with. Now stage 6, the final stage for the platinum, the personal decorator trophy stage. Now I've touched on this trophy numerous times because it's so annoying, but all in all at this point you're going to have all the hard parts out of the way, that being the realistic, veteran, and training simulator medals. So all that's really left is the annoying grind, that being the mission accolades, camos, and just unlocking everything. Now there is numerous videos online about accolades to show you how to get them, and some missions just absolutely suck, whereas others aren't that bad. But just like getting the camos for medals, it just takes time, and even more time. It's all extremely boring. You'll probably drop the game at this point because it's so bland doing this and it's very unmotivating. However, if you do stick it out and get all the accolades, all the camos, the trophy should be essentially yours at this point. But one more time, I am going to go through what's needed for the trophy. The first medal is Master of Arms. Earn all campaign weapons, attachments, and camos. The second medal is Dedicated to Excellence. Fully upgrade all the cyber cores. The third is Armament Superiority. Unlock and purchase all weapons, lethals, tacticals, and cyber combat abilities. Fourth being Heroic Service. Complete the campaign on veteran difficulty. Fifth being Legendary Service. Complete the campaign on realistic difficulty. Sixth being Immortal Flame. Complete every mission in the game at least once on veteran without restarting from a checkpoint. Seventh being Chronicle. Locate all the collectibles in the campaign. Eighth being Above and Beyond. Complete all accolades for all missions. Ninth is Grim Reaper. Neutralize 2,000 hostiles. 10th is Duty Calls. Complete all campaign challenges. And that is a sum of everything we're doing if you're wondering. But then number 11 is Tried and True. Earn a score of 35,000 in the training simulator. And finally 12, Full Honors. Earn all campaign decorations. And this will be given to you after earning all other decorations, and it will unlock directly. And it's needless to say you'll be spending a lot of time achieving all of these feats, but upon doing so the trophy will unlock, and so will the Platinum Trophy on Black Ops 3. So that was the Black Ops 3 Platinum Trophy explained by a genius. Yours truly, It's Illusion. Drop a like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.